welcome back. Today I'm in Kenn Chase and I'm testing out my new action cam DJI Pocket 2. Really excellent camera. Really pleased with it. 40 frames per second because I thought, maybe I could slow it down, make it a little bit smoother. But at the moment I'm just going at normal real time and it seems pretty good. So I'm pleased with it. So I went out to Kenn Chase and went to a place where there weren't too many walkers. I drove from Stafford along the A513, parked in Seven Springs car park, walked up here, crossed over here. I was trying to get over to where the quarry is, which is inactive at the moment. It's all closed down for the lockdown. And I ended up in the woods over here. And there were a few mountain bikers, but I didn't see too many people out there. And then I came across a torn up camp. And this place is a real mess. Everything's completely strewn all over the place. A real mess. When I initially arrived at this location, I thought it must have been here for a while, and maybe wild animals, foxes or whatever, chewed it up and gone through the rubbish bags. And if it'd been lying around, maybe kids had found it and gone through all the stuff. But that's not the case. This camp was put up the very day before I discovered it. That's the 27th of March. So it was used that night, and by the following day, this is the result. Complete chaos. Everything's torn to pieces. Socks are strewn all over the floor. So there's at least two people there because there's two different, pairs of socks, I suppose. And the rubbish is going all the way down the hill. The tarpaulin is shredded. Totally shredded. And this looks like the handle for a knife. It's chewed. I don't know if you can see that. It's actually got tooth marks and it's thoroughly chewed up. So that's been chewed on. Chewed to pieces by teeth. Very strange. The rubbish goes all the way down there. Here's a receipt for some takeaway food. 27th of March 2021, so that's the day before. That's the Saturday. And now we're on Sunday. Sunday 28th. So overnight all this has happened. That's the 4th of April. I'm looking at the best before use by date on the bacon. 8th of April. So this was the day before. That tarp is shredded, and there wasn't a storm in the night or anything like that. They've left all their equipment. Pots and pans. What on earth has gone on here? I cannot imagine. Wasn't a storm, otherwise that chair would have been knocked over. That can would have been knocked off. Just chaos. And they left a spade, they left a saw. Drank a lot of beer. And this thing hasn't even been unravelled. And look at it, it's got bite marks out of it. What's done that? Something's torn a chunk out of it and chewed the end up. Very strange. They dug all that out with the spade, presumably, which is nearby. And left the spade nearby. Okay, so that's the result. Now there was a horrible smell of feces, and when I looked around, I noticed right in the middle of the camp was this. It looks like a human feces with a stick made of a bit of a bramble stick stuck in the middle of it, right in the middle of the camp. Very strange. Look at the way everything's scattered. Okay, so that's the torn up camp, and I went wandering around. I did not find any TP structures because this is quite a remote part of the chase. I think it's an area where people don't normally go because it's a place where people can go and shoot, and that's kind of got fences around it and things, which have all been squashed, trampled down. But I did find a few weird things. No teepees, but lots of benders and a couple of leaners and pebbles just lying on top of the grass in remote spots off the beaten track. So something is laying these pebbles on the grass. I noticed this a lot up in Kenn Chase. I don't know what animals carry pebbles around and just leave them lying on the grass. I must confess I did not see any deer at all on this trip. I don't know if it's because it's the wrong kind of habitat, there's no food, or what it is. Maybe in the winter they feed them and they all go to a certain place to get fed. Or maybe they avoid this place because this is where they do all the shooting. I don't know. Anyway, this is a leaner here. This is near where they do the shooting, and this area is definitely out of bounds. I did have to. I found an open gate because it's locked down at the moment. They're not doing any shooting. There's nobody up there, so kind of people are just wandering willy-nilly. But yeah, there's a big leaner here. And I found near that leaner, looks like a bit of white tarpaulin stuffed into this log. There's that plastic tarp. And I didn't see anybody really around here. Looks like there's been a campfire. But definitely no teepees or any kind of squatchy structures. All of those teepee structures are near the car parks, near the houses, near where they have access for people to come in vehicles. Well, most of them are anyway. I did find some in certain areas where you'd have to climb a little bit, but not this time. This is a clothes peg, blue clothes peg, I found stuck on a twig on a tree in a remote place, the kind of, they could say like a conservation area. Now the reason I filmed it was because I found another one about a quarter of a mile away, exactly the same, a blue clothes peg just stuck on a twig like that. Very strange, you know, just like random weird little thing. I didn't film it before because I just didn't think it was important. I thought just one clothes peg stuck on a twig. But when I continued to walk, I found this one, and I realized, you know, it's like should have filmed the first one. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got to show you today. Hope you like my new camera. I'm trying to up the quality of my videos. It's a bit more steady. It's just better than doing it on my phone. It's got stabilization and stuff. That's that place I was talking about where they do the shooting and stuff down there. You can just see it in the distance. Pretty cool forest anyway. Alright guys, thanks for watching.